I'm being a vet.
Oh,
I'm
well
a cleaner.
Lucy, who are you?
I'm a photographer. I'm a pianist. I'm a dog walker. I'm a baker. I'm a nail technician. I work in an office. I'm a cat entertainer.
That was fun, Lucy. Did you enjoy being all different professions?
Yes, I did.
What was your favourite?
Probably being the gymnast or the cat entertainer.
Oh, okay. So what do you need to do to be able to be a good gymnast?
You need to have good core strength. You need to exercise yourself daily. But don't forget to stretch, because that's the main bit. Because if you're trying to do a move, you have to be able to stretch first. Otherwise, you could pull a muscle or injure yourself really badly.
Wow, that's a lot to consider, isn't it, with some of the talents and gifts? And do you think you are gifted as a gymnast?
Yes.
I think so too. What about cat entertainer? Is that an easy job?
It depends, because it depends if you like animals. Because I love this puss cat.
So do you need to be a vet to be a cat entertainer?
No, you don't have to have any profession. You don't have to go to university to do that.
Ah.
You can just play with them or do whatever you want to entertain them.
And do you think maybe you need to be very patient with them?
Yes.
Because I think sometimes we all struggle with that, and patience is a very, very important skill, not just with being a cat entertainer, but perhaps with everything. If you are writing a story, you need to be patient with yourself, yes?
Mm-hmm.
If you are playing with the animals and looking after animals, you need to be patient with them. And if you are learning to be a gymnast or a dancer or an actor or actress, you need to be patient with yourself. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. But you know what, Lucy? I think there is a story in the Bible about talents and abilities. Do you know that story?
Yes.
So there's a story in the Bible, and it comes from Matthew 25 and verses 14 to the end of that story, 29. So, Jude, let's find out about this. There was a man who had servants. Now, I imagine this person was a businessman, or it may have been somebody who looked after a really big property. So he chose 3 servants to help him while he goes away on a trip, on a business trip. Maybe it was a holiday, but it sounds like a very long one. So I have a feeling it may have been a new project or assignment that he went to. And so he asked the servants to come to him and said, right, I've chosen you because of your abilities. And he said to one servant, you are good at so many things, I'm going to give you 5 talents. Now, talents at that time used to be coins or money. So it may have been 5 bags of talents, or it may have been just 5 talents. I've got pirate money here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I think what Jesus refers to in this parable, in the story, he refers to gifts and abilities that person had. So it may have been that the person was good with finances and accounting and planning. Maybe he was very good at customer relationships, so keeping in touch with people. Maybe he was very good at administration. Maybe he was also very good at sorting out the project and the tasks and things. And maybe he was good at perhaps maybe cleaning. So that person had 5 talents. And then the second servant, or the person who worked for that master, he gave 2 talents. It may have been 2 coins, it may have been 2 bags of coins, or it probably has been 2 talents. So maybe that person was very good with animals, and maybe that person was good with, cooking. And then the third servant. That third servant I always feel sorry about, because that servant has 1 talent, but he had a talent. There may have been more servants than that, but that master chose those 3 servants, and they have been blessed because of that. And he gave him 1 talent. May have been 1 coin, or it may have been a whole bag of coins, but most likely it was a talent. So the reason why master chose that servant is because that servant was good at something very, very specific. So perhaps maybe he was good at gardening. So there we go. Master goes away and says, right, look after the talents, and when I come back, I will ask of you. So he goes away, and after a long, long time, he comes back. But before the master comes back, the servants get the talents and they start trading. Now the Bible says they start trading. So I would imagine that these were an example of coins. So if you had a coin, instead of just holding on to it, you would be doing something with it. So maybe you would get some stuff to sell, some stuff to make and sell, some stuff to exchange, to increase and accumulate. So the servant who had 5, he went and bought and sold and bought and sold and bought and sold, and he managed to get 5 more coins. So he had 5, now he has 10. The servant who had 2, he again also traded. He bought and sold, and because he only had 2, he accumulated twice more again. So he had 2, now he has 4. But the servant who had 1, he was so worried and so concerned, because he thought, I only have 1. If I don't do well with that 1 and I lose it, my master will ask of me and I will be in trouble. So you know what? I won't trade and sell. The other ones, it was easy for them, but I am going to dig a hole in the ground, put it in the ground, hide it that nobody sees, and when the master comes back, I'll give him back what he gave me in the first place. So I'll be all right then. That's what he does. So when the master comes back, and the servants present, the master says, well done to the servant who has managed to get 5 more coins, and he only had 5 in the first place, so he had now 10. Well done. You are faithful, that means loyal and means reliable, so I will place you in charge of more things, he says. The person who had 2, he comes back and says, I had 2, now I have 4, so master again is very pleased, again very reliable. I will put you in charge of more things. And then the servant comes and he only has 1, the last servant, the 3rd servant. It says, I only have 1 because I know that you are a hard master. You will ask of me, even if I didn't work and hardly managed to get anything. And you know what? I was concerned to lose that talent that you gave me. So there we go. I saved it. And the master was very disappointed. He said, you know what, if you didn't trade and sell, if you didn't use it yourself, if you didn't accumulate and do what others did, so why didn't you give it to the bankers? Now at least I would have received a percentage on that talent. So he tells him off. And the story is all about us using the talents and abilities. And sometimes we may be given talents and we're not quite sure how to use it. And that's why we need to ask. And we can ask God, we can ask our friends and relations, mums and dads. We already have the talents and abilities. There isn't anybody without any abilities and gifts. And if we use them wisely, we can accumulate. So that means that we can become better. If you've been good with animals, maybe you are called to be a vet. Or maybe you're called to be a farmer working with animals. If you're good with plants, maybe you are good as a gardener and landscaper. If you are good, for example, with writing, maybe you are good as a teacher. Maybe you're good as a writer. If you like drawing and creating things, maybe you're an artist. And you know what? We can look at loads of things that you enjoy doing and find out what you are good at. Okay? We're gonna play a game. Now you can do it at home, and I really do hope you can do it maybe with your parents, your grandparents, your brothers, sisters, by yourself, etc. All you need to do is write down different talents, like for example being a teacher, or being an artist.
Or being a florist.
Florist, yes. Or maybe a cat walker. Is there such thing as a cat walker? Oh, that'll be wonderful, wouldn't it? And other things. But not just those. How about also putting some talents that can be used as a Christian? What kind of talents can you have as a Christian?
You can be a priest.
You can be a pastor, correct. What else?
You can be a singer, like from the band.
Yep, in a choir, or you can be a worship leader.
You can be a like children's
Children's
instructor.
worker. Yes, yeah, good idea. So anyway, we've got quite a few here. They've all been prepared. Just gonna mix them all up. You can put it in a hat, or you can put it in a box. And what we're gonna do, we've got some pirate gold coins. So every time we're gonna be 2 teams. So it's Lucy and me.
No, me and my pussycat.
Oh, okay. Lucy and Tudor and me by myself. Well, shall I bring the dog?
No.
No. The dog will eat the cat? No, the cat will eat the
cat
dog.
will eat the dog.
Anyway, every time Lucy gets it right, she gets a coin. Every time I get it right, I'll get a coin. And we'll see who gets more coins. Now, so the first person who will get something out of it, they will need to act it out, like charades. I hope you like it. Okay, I'm first. Oh, okay. Did you see it?
No.
No, good. Okay. So, what am I doing?
Just to let you know, me and my pussycat are gonna win.
What am I doing?
Painting, dusting, being a cleaner,
No.
drawing,
And the profession?
artist.
Yes, I'm an artist. Well done. You've got the first coin.
Okay.
You are being a nail technician.
No.
You are being a singer. A singer. Okay, I think the cat is not very happy.
Pew, pew, pew.
You've been a massage person.
No.
You're playing on the keyboard.
Mm.
Are you a musician?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Quick, quick. You're running. You've been a sports person. Athlete. Athlete?
profession of it?
Gymnastics. No.
What's the profession of athlete?
Sports person. It's an athlete.
Yeah, but what is he? Athlete.
I don't know.
Athletics.
Well, it is an athlete though.
No. Teacher.
Yes. Well done. You've got a coin. Okay.
Yes, so for this one I'm going to need to speak because I need 2 people for it. So open wide. 8, 6, 3, 2, 1,
Are you counting something?
11. There's a bit of plaque there. Scrub that off.
Oh dear. Oh dear. That doesn't sound too bad. I think she's mixing something. Are you mixing something?
Okay, so you have a cavity there.
Oh no! It's a dentist! You said the word! Lucy's swimming! Flying!
Yes.
You're flying!
Okay, so I'm going to be reading you guys a story that I have made a couple of months ago, and it is similar to the Bible story that my mum has already read you. So, in a town of medium size, there was a little shop of great significance. It had the highest TripAdvisor rating in the area of great cakes and coffees. Rated as the best place for lunch for miles and miles. All food was cooked fresh daily. It served the best cappuccinos and flat whites and the best strawberry and vanilla cupcakes. The little shop was cream in the colour with a glass door and a blue rectangular sign which read open. In charge of the shop was a chubby baker with rosy red cheeks, evergreen eyes, a large nose, a yellow and red striped apron, a plumped baker's hat, and always shiny black boots. He also had a kind personality. One afternoon, the baker had remembered his plan to go away. To make sure his shop would run smoothly, he hired 3 apprentice bakers. The first one was left in charge of looking after the daily running of the bakery. The second one was in charge of purchasing the flour, butter, eggs, and all the other necessities you need. And he gave the third one the job of looking after the eggs. The third one said, Why do I have to have the most babyish job, he asked. Babies can't do that type of stuff, said the boss with a grin on his face. So the bakers set off to work. First one was making sure the shop is running smoothly, and the second was doing a grand job of buying. But the baker with the job of looking after the eggs was not doing so well. He kept dropping the eggs and not keeping them fresh. When he tried making omelettes, they often got burnt and occasionally were undercooked. And when making pancakes, oh gosh, that was a nightmare. He flipped to the ceiling and they got stuck there. He kept asking for help because he could not quite master it. The others made a joke saying he could not do any good for even a simple job. And they did very well, most of them anyway. Soon the boss of the bakers was back and he asked them how they had done. The first one said, I looked after the shop. I cleaned and dusted and I sold things to the customers. Well done, you have done very well, he said to the first baker. The second one said, I bought the ingredients quite often. That's very good, said the boss. And the third one said, well, I spit it out then, said the boss impatiently. I broke a lot of the eggs and burnt and overcooked the omelettes, and my pancakes got stuck on the ceiling. I thought I could trust you with a very simple job, but I guess I was wrong. I don't think you have a gift for working in the bakery. The head baker turned to the other two and said, You've done me proud. I'm offering you two a permanent job here. Without thinking, they both accepted. After that, the TripAdvisor ratings went soaring high, and they were so busy they had to open another shop. And another thing, the third baker, well, you would have thought that he would have gone off, but he still went to go get some cupcakes.
Right, for our next activity, we're going to create our own coins. You know, there are some different kind of coins. This is a 50 pence, there's a pound there, and there's a pirate money as well. And you know, there are various coins that actually have something special at the back of them. For example, Lucy does a lot of collecting and she collects the 50p coins, and at the back of them you can find various exciting and different things, like, for example, spores or the Peter Rabbit things. There's Paddington Bear on some of them, Peter Rabbit ones here. And there's more of the characters from Peter Rabbit. But you know what? You don't have to stop by those designs. You can design your own. So for example, you can take a coin and go around it. And perhaps if you like plants and gardening, maybe you can put a picture of a plant. Or if you like the idea of building and designing houses, maybe a picture of a house. Or maybe if you just like designing of clothes or art design, maybe you can do something else. If you like dinosaurs and research in all of this, maybe you can draw a dinosaur. How about you have a go and design your own coins? Just like in the story that we just found out about, the story of the parable of talents, there are coins that are used. So how about we will design our own? So if you design and then ask to take some pictures, and maybe your parents or grandparents can post pictures and comments, it'll be lovely to see. Thank you. And you know, sometimes talents or having a talent can be like looking after a plant. To look after a plant, you need to feed, you need to water to be able to produce results. This one looks quite sad. It only has bits and it has soil and it has been watered. Perhaps maybe it needs some food. It's not dead, but it's kind of not really flourishing. But look at this one behind me. It's got the green leaves and it looks quite happy. So that obviously has been watered and fed on a regular basis. But you know, sometimes talents may look like this artificial plant. Now, it doesn't need water, it doesn't need soil, it doesn't need any food. It's just artificial, just like it's made out of plastic or paper. It looks quite pretty. And you know, sometimes our talents may look very pretty on the kind of, when you're thinking about it, like, oh, I love kicking the ball. But kicking the ball doesn't make you a great footballer. Great footballer is somebody who's exercising and learning to be better at scoring better at playing, better at teamwork. I'm sure Lucy will agree with me. Gymnastics isn't just in her head, gymnastics is in her practicing. That she's working very hard every day, and if she can't do something, she will keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it until she does. And so the same with anything else. If you're good at counting, keep counting. Maybe you're good in maths or finances. If you are good with animals, keep looking after them. And if just because something didn't work out, doesn't mean it's time to give up. You know, we're gonna have a look at a short presentation about different people who almost failed, but they carried on. Like, for example, a person who invented the light bulb. It took him almost 1,000 times making a light bulb. Other people kept telling him, you need to give up. It's never going to work. It's never going to work. People were using candles at that time, and now we have light because he persevered. The person who created most amazing cartoons for Disney, the original Walt Disney, he almost failed too. So how about we have a look at a short presentation about it and find out about some interesting people who almost failed and could have failed, but they carried on and they persevered. I hope you can play the game, and I hope maybe you can read the story again, the parable of talents. The story is about talents, but it's also about persevering. And whatever talent and gifts you have, don't forget, sometimes you need some hard work and persevering. Don't give up. If you're not sure what your talent is, perhaps notice what you'll enjoy doing the most. Talk to your mums and dads and grandparents, your friends, your sisters and brothers, and find out what you really enjoy doing, because usually what you enjoy doing the most is your talent. I'm not talking about eating, and I'm not talking about sleeping. I'm talking about things like if you enjoy doing gymnastics, if you enjoy painting, if you enjoy reading and writing, if you enjoy looking after animals, that kind of things. But don't forget to persevere. Don't give up, and find out more about the story from reading your Bible. Anyway, we hope to see you soon. Please like us on YouTube and leave comments. We'd love to hear how you got on. Bye!